Guys, welcome back to Godzillathon. Oh my god, it's been a few days. Yes, I had to go quickly. I know this is crazy for me to review this today. Um, I'm a little busy. I was a little busy on some other days, like every weekdays, like Monday through Thursday. Fridays, I don't do anything. I don't have class on Fridays, thank God, because that's what my schedule's all about when I had to go to when I'm in I'm in college right now, but still, this is what life is. Not only that, but sometimes I have to take care of my dogs. Sometimes I have to do some other shit. Who knows? But yeah, this is crazy. I know, and you guys are gonna say, "Oh, this is a perfect way to put this episode today," or something like that. Well, for me, obviously, I think it is, because we are now on episode 18 of Godzillathon. And yes, this is fitting because we are now reviewing Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Oh, shit, man. Yes, this is fitting. This is fitting. Why am I reviewing this today? Today's Friday. Because tomorrow is the second trailer of Godzilla King of the Monsters. I am so excited. I'm so excited. And I'm reviewing this movie today. So, let me tell you why. We'll get to how that I'm excited for the movie, excited for the trailer tomorrow. But let's talk about this movie right now. This movie, Godzilla vs. Biollante, was pretty great. But it's not even better than the Return of Godzilla. But though it is better than Godzilla: The Legend is Reborn, which is Godzilla 1985. But this movie blows the Return of Godzilla out of the water. This movie is amazing. This one is considered to many fans the best of the Heisei. Yeah, I agree with them. We all have different opinions, so I don't know. This one or one of the Heisei movies in the future that I'm going to review soon is the best of the Heisei. I don't know, between that one or this one I'm reviewing is the best of the Heisei. I'm stuck. And this is part of my top 5 favorite Godzilla movies. Part of my top 5, alongside Terror of Mecha-Godzilla, the original Gojira, the one of the future ones I'm gonna talk about soon, and Godzilla vs. Mecha-Godzilla. Those movies, including this one, is part of my top 5 favorites. Definitely part of my top 5 favorite. Or sadly, this will move down to 6. We'll see about Godzilla King of the Monsters. We'll see about that. But what's so good about this movie? Why do I love it so much? What's so good about it? Is it that Godzilla's more badass or amazing, or the story is brilliant and is awesome? The music by Akira Ifukube is back with this music, amazing. Or most importantly, is it because of the returning of Godzilla's classic arch nemesis, but this time in the new form? What is so good about it? Everything about it, what I just said, that was brilliant, okay? I love that idea so much. So with that being said, let's begin. So the movie opens up with like the year on 2204. No, 2204. That's what the year is. 2204. Which is a submarine. Like you could see a submarine underwater showing up, like with this kind of dark, creepy music, and then it shows the body of King Ghidorah. Future-wise of going to the movie, I found this to be a spoiler when I was a kid, that you could only see 2 heads and not 3. So and then the people were in the future were talking like, "What is that?" And the female goes, "That's King Ghidorah. It's gigantic, and he's got 2 heads. Well, originally he had three. Three? That's right. And of course, it was mentioned that he lost when he fought Godzilla in the 20th century. And then we get the awesome opening, that awesome opening soundtrack with the logo and Godzilla's roaring. When you can see the background with Godzilla fighting King Ghidorah with an amazing music. And then we cut to the present time, and I don't know why 1992. It's supposed to be 1991. Jesus Christ. 1991. Oh my god, this is I don't even notice. And then we get to meet our main, of course. Oh well, first of all, well, in 1991 we saw like a UFO flying around and like in the sky, and all the citizens in Japan were like, "Oh my god, what is that?" While you're hearing this awesome music, and guess who else saw it? Miki. She's back, but now she's looking at the UFO like, "What the hell?" Yep. That's just awesome. So then we get to, and the next day we get to meet Kenichiro Terazawa, played by Kazuki Toyohara. That's where we get to, so we get to meet him. So that's what I was gonna tell you. He's one of those two guys I'm so familiar with in the previous film, Godzilla vs. Biollante. I was like, why is he like? He's so familiar. Like, why do I see? So it turns out to be him. So it's the same guy, the same actor, but just different characters. So we get to meet him. Like, people were talking like, "Oh, did you see that UFO last night?" And he was like, "Nope, I just showered. Like, I never heard about this. But hey, I want to write history, some kind of dinosaurs or some type." Yeah. By the way, people, they were talking something about this dinosaur that happened in the museum. That's actually a Godzillasaurus, and oh man. Talking about a Godzillasaurus, the past of Godzilla, which I'll talk about this later. So then the guy at the museum was on a microphone telling everyone like say, "A long time ago, I saw a real life dinosaur," and stuff like that. And he goes, "He's here, and he's coming for us." And people at the museum were starting to like walk away from him because they think he's crazy, telling everyone the truth that you better run or else this dinosaur comes at you. So he, like, yes, there was like a whole explanation that this Godzillasaurus was actually involved during World War II. Yeah, that's a twist, okay? Look, this is not, which that didn't happen in real life. This is more like like they want to show you the history of how Godzilla became a nuke, like how he became like this, and that's what he looks like, a weak, pathetic Godzillasaurus, quoted from Monster Island Buddies. I'm so sorry. So like they were so one of the guys that what again his name again Kenichiro talked to, he realized that that person he also talked to that's working in some kind of village, he said he also saw that Godzillasaurus, that this creature was just killed the American soldiers, like defending us, and he goes like he wasn't really trying to defend us, just defending his own territory. Like they like help. It looks like he was helping. That thing was helping the Japanese soldiers because the American soldiers have powerful weapons. And okay, listen, I am not criticizing Japan. I would never do that. Okay, it's just what I'm writing about and why I've been taking notes on this film. Basically, it's because of how much this movie actually become, and when it I'm trying to get this off my head, like what, I don't know, like saying like American, to me saying like American soldiers have powerful weapons than Japanese makes me feel like a huge jerk, and I don't like that. I don't want to be that person. I give Japanese respect, don't get me wrong. So So there's like a whole discussion, but anyway, so it was discussion that the Godzillasaurus was involved with the Japanese. It was involved, like it killed the American soldiers, which that's what they were saying. So I don't know. So moving on. So then we get to see the camp surrounding the UFO and send some Japanese soldiers in helicopters to go investigate the UFO. But for some reason they disappeared. Like, okay, what just happened? Where did they go? How did they how did they kill them, or like without shooting anything? Like, what is it? It has some kind of force field? Ugh, what the fuck? Whatever. So actually, the people in the future in that, well, the UFO turns out to be the people from the future, and they're actually good guys when we first introduced to them. So it turns out that the government went to investigate, and these people are actually are the three main controllers of the ship, known as, like, yes, the people from the future are from 2004. We introduced to two Western men, Wilson Granchico, and one of them, and the third one is a woman named Emmy, who's a Japanese female. So we saw them in a hologram. I mean, surely they're in a hologram right there. But then Kenichiro talks to, well, remember what we talked about the Godzillasaurus. So Kenichiro realized that this H bomb made a drop to that Godzillasaurus and turn him into Godzilla. So he investigate the one who was also involved. I forgot to mention to tell you that island where I tell you about the Godzillasaurus destroying Americans and may have saved the Japanese. Well, it's in Lagos Island. That's somewhere around Japan. It used to be. So then we actually meet Shindo. Yeah, his name is Shindo. He's played by, I'm trying to see Yoshio Tetsuchiya. I think I don't know if I can pronounce it right, but I'm just gonna call him Shindo. Shindo was trying to fake it up, saying like, oh, a dinosaur and Lagos Island. Ha ha ha! You're talking crazy, kid. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't involved. So he told him that dinosaur was tested on an H bomb, and it turned it into Godzilla. And he's like, ugh, okay, whatever. He's like, okay, whatever. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Fuck you. Well, I didn't mean to say that. So yeah. This is probably in like I said, this is pretty interesting. Where it tells us the truth of what did this mean of the history of the creation of Godzilla. It's pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I mean, this is around in the 90s, but still, I actually love this idea. Like, really loved it. So yeah. God. So also we get to be introduced to M11. I forgot to tell you about M11. Who he's actually a cyborg. He's the only cyborg we actually get to see, most likely in the film. And we don't see any other cyborgs later on, until like later on. So he's a human, but he's most likely a cyborg in the inside. So yeah, I find that to be cool. So yeah. So moving on. So Kenichiro and Miki, like I said, returning of Miki, went with Emmy and M11 to this little ship that they want to go to 1944 of. So yeah, I forgot to mention that Kenichiro actually wrote a book called The Birth of Godzilla, where he was in Lagos Island as a Godzillasaurus, and the H-bomb turned him into Godzilla. Like, it was the same Godzilla in 1954 that appeared in the entire Heisei, but no way, that's not true. The 1950, it was the same 1954 creature, but just 1984 through the rest of the Heisei is like this. It's basically like the offspring of the original. Basically, the last show, the last Heisei film proves it wrong. So basically, they're going back into they go into that little ship that could time travel. They actually have cute. So then, when they went inside, there's like little things flying around that Emmy just no, not Emmy. Miki just freaked out about it when she saw it, and we actually get to be introduced to these creatures, those cute little three little golden creatures called Dorats. Cute little bastards that might become something of an evil threat. Cute, huh, Emmy? So, she put them in the cage. Yeah. And then we go into the past in 1944. Then we actually see Lagos Island, and there's like an American conversation right there. Where there's the American Marines or the Navy from the USA. We're discussing that they're gonna attack the Japanese soldiers on Lagos Island. They saw that star shooting down. Which is supposed to be the ship that he goes. Yeah, it's a ship. I'm so sorry. And one of them goes, it looked like it's from another planet. Well, we're actually being invaded by little green men. Let's just keep it as a secret. You could tell your son when he's born, Major Spielberg. I find that to be so funny. It was a funny moment this is probably the funniest moment I ever heard, because that's a hilarious way of having Spielberg get the idea of Close Encounters or some other movies he made. It's just so funny. I find it to be hilarious. Oh my god. Comedy it is. Don't you get it? So, moving on. Then the war started when they actually saw Shindo leading the group. Yeah, there's Shindo right there. But then they saw, guess what? The Godzillasaurus. I find him to be a little bit more of a dinosaur T-Rex type look instead of he looks too much like a T-Rex. I can't describe what the roar is when he's just normal. But then he attacked the American soldiers when the Japanese soldiers were wounded or something and close to defeat. The Godzillasaurus attacked the Americans like no reason. And the Marine ships just take him down. Like I said, he's weak and pathetic compared to those. And by the way, that roar that when he's in pain, that's Gamera's roar. I guess they were trying to. They're not really making fun of Gamera. They never would. They just use it for this Godzillasaurus because he's so weak. Yeah, why does it really have to be necessary with all that red gushy blood? He's covered in red. Oh man. So he passed out, nearly dead. The Americans thought like, oh, we just killed it. And then he gets back up and killed all the American soldiers again on the island and just went back inside. Probably died. It's pretty sad for that creature. But then they traveled like a little bit more like after this, and we see Shindo like in tears, like with all the soldiers like I'm trying to explain this well because it's kind of hard to see like what is it called when they had to stand like in front in line or in rows that's what the soldiers do, right? I don't know. So they were going to that Godzillasaurus like for his death with the Japanese flag. I don't know. So yeah, when that happened, they just put Godzillasaurus, like just take him away and put him into another spot. And before they can leave, Emmy secretly let 3 door rats just go to that spot where the Godzilla source used to be at, and they traveled back into 1991. Yep. So they made it. They so Kenichiro and Miki asked like it was successful and stuff like that, and they were asked with Emmy actually, and they're asking, can you tell us about Godzilla? And the what's his name again? Wilson replied, he's gone. They just reported that he's nowhere to be found. Kenichiro was like, oh my god, we just replaced him. We erased Godzilla from history. What do we do? So Wilson actually said, Godzilla has disappeared, and now King Ghidorah has taken his place. Who is King Ghidorah? That was like a really creepy. That's really like a shocking scene where it was supposed that they were asking like, oh, it was King Ghidorah that's supposed to take Godzilla's place. The government announced that they're facing more of a terrible threat than Godzilla, and King Ghidorah starts attacking everything. I love that scene. I love the music. King Ghidorah destroying so much shit, causing like he flew over Shindo's building, like his office, and just caused so much destruction right there. Okay, Shindo was alive right there. Don't worry. The whole destruction was going crazy. As it turns out, Emmy did send those door rats. The door rats were mutated by the bomb and turned it into King Ghidorah. So, yeah. So Miki wasn't trying to do this. She didn't plan to do it. Wilson forced her to just to cause so much destruction in Japan and getting rid of Godzilla. So yeah, Emmy was furious about this situation, and Kenichiro and Miki were like afraid for this moment that King Ghidorah is causing more destruction and Godzilla is no more. Yeah, I know that sounds bad right there. Obviously it is. But all those scenes at King Ghidorah just caused destruction, landing on the building and gravity beams the entire place. I found it to be, I mean, those are really good stuff. That's pretty evil, obviously. So, moving on. So then, Kenichiro, was visited by, Emmy, that they both were talking, like, say, maybe Godzilla still exists or something like that. So they had a conversation at his house, like after when she secretly escaped from that mothership, which is the UFO. Also, Shindo had a nuclear submarine. I have no idea why he had a nuclear submarine, but he sent it to the place, the same spot where they just put the Godzillasaurus in, and that the nuke was gonna wake up Godzilla, which it actually worked well. Which I don't know how he managed to become Godzilla when a submarine just got there later on, and like how did it wake up how did he became Godzilla during that time without that bomb? I don't even know how to experience with that because there's no explanation. I just don't know what it is. There's no explanation, but I mean, if there is, then let me know in the comments because I can't even figure it out. But moving on. So, and and another thing, how does Shindo ever get? Where did he ever get the idea of a nuclear submarine? Like, did he ever come up with this idea? I think he's more of a businessman than some shit like that. But Miki actually, so moving on, Miki actually could sense that Godzilla is still around and he's still here. So she knows into her heart that Godzilla is still around. Yeah. So I don't even know. Maybe so basically, if they took Godzilla off of history, well, before I could summarize this, how do people still know Godzilla is still around if they're trying to get rid of him? And how did they ever manage to get King Ghidorah to control the Dorats and far into the future before becoming King Ghidorah? How the hell did they ever do that kind of bullshit, that kind of shit? Can somebody please tell me about it? Because I don't even know. I don't know. Yeah, there's no explanation, but I don't know how to explain this. But let's move on. So, Miki is in the helicopter with some other people, and she sees Godzilla, like, coming out from the ocean. Like, she was like, Godzilla is reborn again, or Godzilla is back. Yeah. Godzilla is awakened by a nuclear submarine. By the way, guys, yes, Godzilla vs. Biollante did exist. Go look up on the Godzilla Heisei timeline. The Godzilla timeline. You'll find out on the website, or not website, on that video. You should go check it out. I'll maybe put it into the description down below and tell you guys about it. Not tell you guys, but so you could go watch it. But anyways. So Godzilla rises up from the water, and oh my god, that face. Well, first of all, he's a lot bigger than the previous movie, Godzilla vs. Biollante, but the design, holy motherfucking shit, that is so cool. So cool. But actually, let me step back. So Kenichiro and Emmy were driving. We're heading somewhere to get help, but M11 actually chases them, not just in the car, but actually running with, I don't know, so this is like a Terminator type movie. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah, M11 to me is a stupid character. Yeah, I think he's really stupid. So basically, yeah, let's just get away from this, okay? It's a stupid thing, but let's keep going after I said about Godzilla's design. I mean, oh wait, Jesus Christ, Godzilla's design, oh my god, I love it. I fucking love it so much. Ugh. It's so good, such a great design, and his entrance, like him walking and destroying shit while making an entrance to King Ghidorah, that was the best build-up. This is like turning this movie into this is like going into another level. This is so good. That was so good. Yeah, King Ghidorah destroying planes, jets, and flying while landing like near in front of Godzilla, like for just land across, like probably in front of Godzilla, like across from him. Both of them start roaring, and the fights. Oh my god, I can't get over that fight. It is just great. Great fight. So, moving on. So, M11 has turned good since Emmy reprogrammed him, and they were going to destroy the controlling sets that were controlling King Ghidorah. So Godzilla and King Ghidorah had a drawn-out fight. King Ghidorah spamming lightning. Godzilla gets a little bit damaged against him, even though he's tougher and bigger than his previous incarnation, but he actually is getting into a drawn-out fight against King Ghidorah. So once King Ghidorah is actually they actually destroyed that thing that controls him. I like when Kenichiro says, "Make my day," and then boom, the mind control thing, it stopped, and King Ghidorah lost his control. Godzilla just gets back up and just doing the old classic grabbing tail and slam him down back into the ground. I feel that to me that's classic. It's so good. It's just so great. I love this fight. M11 with Emmy and Kenichiro went to Wilson and Grenchico at their lab. They actually M11 destroyed other cyborgs just like him, I told you about, and they were defeated, of course. Wilson was actually gonna say, like, he actually told them that, oh, Godzilla, we don't need King Ghidorah to destroy Japan or anything. This Godzilla's not friendly, and of course, which they were defeated, and they got Kenichiro, Emmy, and M11 got out safety, transporting the mothership somewhere, like another spot where Godzilla, like right in front of Godzilla. But before that, Godzilla and King Ghidorah are still fighting. This is the part where I find probably the worst thing King Ghidorah has ever done to Godzilla. This probably is the worst thing he ever done. King Ghidorah not only bites both hands. Well, one of the heads bite him. The center head starts to strangle Godzilla's neck. I find that's probably the biggest thing that Godzilla really hates. Like, King Ghidorah, this is probably why King Ghidorah is one of the toughest monsters ever. It should be part of the top 3 toughest monsters, because King Ghidorah was able to strangle Godzilla, like, harder. Godzilla is losing his mind. Like, he can't take that. He hated that so much. You could see the bab coming out of Godzilla's mouth. Disgusting. Godzilla was unable to breathe, but that nuclear pulse, which the same kind of attack you saw in the Godzilla PlayStation 4 game, actually drawn away King Ghidorah and flinched him to the ground. Godzilla was able to breathe his atomic breath onto the centered head. Which fried, of course. The mothership, like I said, appeared near Godzilla, and Godzilla was able to destroy it alongside Wilson and Grenadico. Those fucking assholes are dead, finally. King Ghidorah was able to wanted to fly away to get away from Godzilla. But unfortunately, Godzilla breathed his atomic breath and fried one of his wings, which caused him to go down to the ground. Damn, he fried that bastard. That was probably one of the best battles ever. I fucking love that battle. So great. So great. Moving on. So, Godzilla causes more destruction. It was to explain that in Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla was a little bit more friendly than how he was in this movie. I mean, Godzilla has changed, and now he's more meaner, and he's not even friendly at all. So, yep, there's a problem, people, because whatever the future people did from 2204, whatever they did, they actually changed Godzilla into a more meaner character, which is kind of disappointing that they had to do that. But still, great destruction. So yeah, Godzilla causes so much destruction. Everything about it is amazing. Like, Godzilla destroying during the night. Let's see what else. Emmy decided to go back into the past, so she's like, "I'll get help. I'll be back soon." So she went back not to the past. She goes back into her world, 2204. She goes, I need to go back to my future. To get some help. So she did. So let's move on. Godzilla causing more destruction. They called Shindo to get out of there, and so out of his building, and he goes, "No way, I'm staying here." So Godzilla looking at Shindo like face to face, and this is the part where I hate it when people make fun of this. This is not funny, people. This is really sad. I mean, that scene is perfect. Godzilla was crying when he first saw like, you can see tears falling out from both Shindo and Godzilla's eyes. They were both crying because they were eye to eye. But so Shindo is waiting for him to kill him. He doesn't care. He says, "I built my building and I made this creature, so deal with it." So he wants to wait of Shindo actually proving that he's his friend and he created him. Godzilla starts roaring with tears, and then boom, Shindo dies in that situation. I don't find that to be funny. I think that's a sad moment. Like, why is that funny? Like, why do people find that funny? It's not funny at all. It's sad. I don't see that point. I don't see how funny that is. It's such a sad moment. You guys are fucking jerks. James Roloff, I don't think that's funny. I don't know why is that funny. It's never funny at all. So let's move on. Godzilla causing more destruction, and then Emmy returns with King Ghidorah, and King Ghidorah is a lot different. This is basically, yes, the one you know, Mecha-King Ghidorah. This is a new machine called Mecha-King Ghidorah. Basically rebuilding the body, like giving a body type, making the wings more expandable, and so he can fly, and a middle head replaced. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So great action scenes. Mecha-King Ghidorah, same attacks with the gravity beams, just shooting out of the middle head doesn't cause him for gravity beams. It causes more damage, yes. And then there's the new attack called the Machine Hand, where some cornered spots grab Godzilla, like other places, like Godzilla's shoulders, Godzilla's legs, and the big hand, grabs Godzilla's stomach or his waist, and which electrocutes him. I don't know how damaging that could be, because I don't know how bad I don't know how much damage it could cause, but I assume it's painful. So Emmy was able to fly with Mecha-King Ghidorah while holding Godzilla, and then before she could destroy that thing, so she could go back to her time, she let go of both Godzilla and Mecha-King Ghidorah to the ocean. But of course, listen, she got out safe. Don't worry, she got out safe, and she told. So they were happy that she did it in victorious way. She told Kenichiro. Emmy told Kenichiro that he's one of her ancestors. That's pretty interesting, actually. It's pretty interesting. So then she goes back into her time, and then underwater we see both Godzilla and King Ghidorah, like, laid down, like Mecha-King Ghidorah. Godzilla wakes up from slumber and breathing and starts roaring in the ocean. That was great. And then you hear the awesome Akira Ifukube music before the credits. That was fucking good. That was one of the best Godzilla movies out there. And I swear to God, yes, that's the end of the movie, but Jesus Christ, it is a great movie. It is one of the best Godzilla movies out there, and I highly recommend you guys watch it. If you have not seen it, how fucking dare you? Go watch it. Don't waste your time on Michael Bay's bullshit. Go watch this movie, and do not watch this movie. Don't waste your time on Michael Bay's bullshit. Don't waste your time on Zack Snyder's DC's fucked up shit. Don't even watch those things. Go watch this movie and come back and tell me this is fucking good. I want you guys to, I dare you to tell me it's bad, because, well, guess what? I'm right. This movie is fucking good. It is amazing. It is one of the best Godzilla movies out there. Oh my God. And I do recommend it. Jesus Christ. So anyways, the movie is so great. Directed by Kazuki Omori. He's the same director, right? Of the previous film? Like, is he, like, yeah, he's the same guy who directed Godzilla vs. Biollante, but he actually made it into a darker tone. So, yeah, same director. Like I said, he's more of a James Bond fan, but the way he directed this movie is just perfect. So, it's awesome. He did a great job with this movie. Music by Akira Ifukube, produced by of course, once again, Tomoyuki Tanaka. Once again, But this whole thing is so fucking good, and I do recommend watching it. Let's talk about the characters. Miki, so great to see her. But now she's different from her previous film because now she needs Godzilla. She needs his help. Like, she's now trying to help out Godzilla, but now this time, this has gone a little weird because Godzilla is now a bad guy again, not friendly at all. So, but trying to get rid of King Ghidorah. Kenichiro, I thought he was great. Emmy, she did well. Let's see. Wilson, yes, he's kind of hating him. People hate him because he's a dick. I mean, true, dickheads could happen in the Godzilla franchise, but still, I thought he was alright. He's pretty open. He's alright. But this other guy, Chico, he's pretty stupid. M11, probably my least favorite character. Shindo, he's great. That scene, it's not funny. It's sad, okay? It's not funny at all. So, yeah. Let's talk about the monsters. I'm so excited to talk about the monsters. Oh, my God. I'll start with King Ghidorah, obviously. King Ghidorah, oh, shit, man. I mean, I love... This design of King Ghidorah is so popular and it's so great. I love the horns on his head. They're much more... that makes him more menacing. The face expression is... He looks super mean compared to his Showa counterpart. Like, he looks... I mean, just look at him. He looks a lot meaner and more badass. I just love it. I love that. I love the wings. The roar is okay. I don't know which roar I like. This one or the Showa. It's hard to compare because they're totally different. Characterizations, I still prefer the Showa characterization. But this one comes so close to it. I love it that the destructions he caused, so crazy. It's just amazing. And that scene he strangled Godzilla's neck, pretty interesting. That almost killed Godzilla. So yeah, but as Mecha-King Ghidorah, he's great. Pretty interesting. Not as awesome as King Ghidorah himself, but Mecha-King Ghidorah is pretty cool. I love Mecha-King Ghidorah. The machine hand's pretty interesting, yeah. What can I say? Godzilla, this design is fantastic. I fucking love this idea. That nuclear pulse that we saw, that pushes away King Ghidorah, which caused more destruction of helicopters, like you saw in Godzilla vs. on the PlayStation 4. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. I love that. I just love this idea. So, yeah. This was... And not only that, but this is the first time... Like I said, this is the first time... think about it. You never see Godzilla cry. And neither do I. But this is the first time he ever does cry. So, that was pretty interesting. So... But it's not funny. I find it to be sad that he cried with Shindo, like when they're eye to eye, face to face. But then Godzilla killing him. That doesn't make it funny, people. It just doesn't. I don't like that. I don't like how funny that is. But still, Godzilla. It's supposed to. If they never erased Godzilla, he would have been more friendly. But now they just made him more meaner and hating on humanity. Just not even friendly at all. So, yeah. But, oh my god, great stuff. I fucking love this movie. When I introduce it to people who are not Godzilla fans, fuck yes! Fuck yes, you should! You should do that! I swear to god, you should do that. So, my rating for this movie, I'm giving this movie a 9.5 out of 10. Oh my god. Go watch it! Go fucking watch it. 9.5 out of 10. Go watch this movie. Show it to everyone you know of. I recommend it. So, basically, and yes, this video is pretty much fitting because tomorrow we get to see King of the Monsters trailer. It's going to be so fantastic. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see that trailer tomorrow. I'm on the Monarch website. Yeah, I got myself on the Monarch website. I'm catching up on it. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next review. All right. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.